Christine and I went to go see a financial planner today. That, along with a few other things, kind of got me thinking, wait a minute, what happened here? Am I an adult? Me? Adult? No, thank you. I'm good. I'm really quite good on that. I don't need any of that. Kind of had that little bit of disillusionment for a moment. I had to really ask myself, when do you really know that you're an adult? So I suppose that there's a few different ways that you can draw the line of saying, yeah, you're an adult. What about age? So age is probably the easiest of all of them. Once you reach that line in the sand, you can very easily say, okay, you're an adult because you've gone around the sun this many times. I suppose that works all well and good in some cases, but I suppose in other cases it's probably not so good. Is it being able to take care of yourself? Maybe that's it. Maybe being able to fend for yourself is that measure of being an adult. Maybe it's the fact that you have to do it for yourself, and so therefore, because you have to be able to fend for yourself and you have to be making these decisions on major life decisions like where am I going to live and what job am I going to have, and I need to be able to pay for things like rent and food and probably transportation and hopefully some fun, being able to manage all of that. Maybe that's what makes you an adult. Is it being a parent? Is being a parent, the demarcation point for when you're an adult? At that point, does it kind of force you into that? And I would say I've seen cases of that where that's not necessarily the case. To some degree, it's kind of like, just because you can procreate doesn't necessarily mean that you are or aren't an adult. Is it the things that you do? Once you're an adult, do you have to stop doing things that people associate with childhood? Like, do you have to stop playing games? No. I would argue that probably not, because guess what? There's lots of people like myself who still enjoy playing games who are of a much older persuasion. There's lots of other companies that are certainly hoping that that's not the case either, like Microsoft and Sony, because they want to target what we're considering adults more and more because they know that they have the expendable income. Do you choose to maybe go out to clubs instead of going out to a coffee house anymore? Is it because I'm a responsible human being? I go to work every day and things like that? Maybe. Is it the things that you do because you start thinking about and planning for like retirement? Is it the experiences you have? Is it different for an 18-year-old who's seen combat? Is it different for an older sibling who's grown up in a single-parent family who had to take care of their younger siblings? Is it the things that you're willing to do and to try? Or maybe it's the reverse of that, and now it's the things that you're not willing to do or not willing to try because you realize that you're not invincible and you're not going to live forever. Is it how you see yourself? Your picture of yourself changes mentally over time. I often don't paint the picture of myself as an adult right now in my head. I don't think about it that way. But I know if 13-year-old me were looking at 36-year-old me now, 13-year-old me would have said, well, of course he's an adult. But I don't think of it that way. Not now. Back then I probably would have thought, well, yeah, that fits my definition of adult that I had then. Now, my rationality is different. My viewpoint is different. The way that I look at things are different. So maybe to some degree it is how you see yourself. It's how you carry yourself, how you're willing, the things that you're willing to take on, the things that you're willing to do. When do you really know you're an adult? I think in a lot of cases, it's not any one of these things. Granted, obviously with the legal stuff, the determination is usually the age is the line, and that's when we consider you an adult, and there's certain ramifications that go along with that. That one's probably an outlier. I mean, in a lot of cases, there's probably kind of a conglomeration of the things that are going on here that let you know when you feel like you're an adult and when you really are an adult, and how you really know, hey, I'm an adult. And so it is probably a combination of things like, your experiences and your age and the things that you do. Or maybe some of the things that you don't do anymore. Being a parent, if that's the case, or in some cases being an aunt or being an uncle and having to fend for yourself. And so I think a lot of it is that mental picture that you build based on that. But I don't know that there is one clear-cut line in a lot of cases of when you know you're an adult. I think it's different for everybody, and you have to decide that. And you may not always feel like an adult, but every now and then it'll creep in and you'll get that feeling like, oh yeah, I'm doing a very adult thing today. When that happens, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not like you're giving up your youth. you can still be a very youthful person and be an adult at the same time, and it's okay. It's okay to go out and have fun and play with the kids and play in the sandbox and play board games and play video games and still be an adult and make tough decisions and have to provide discipline and have to hold people accountable and things like that when you need to. It's all a matter of balancing those things out and remembering to be youthful and vibrant and have fun with life, but take it seriously when you need to. So when do you know you're really an adult? You'll know. You'll get that telltale sign from time to time. You'll know. But you don't need to define you in terms of, well, this means I have to give up fun. It just means that you have to be responsible and accountable.